Hello and welcome to another stream of Disco Elysium, continuing my post-apocalypse, well not post-apocalypse, but apocalypse cop playthrough. Hey there Keone, how's it going? Welcome. Hey Ogorki, how's your day going? Hey Dobledore, good morning to you. How's things? Oh really Dobledore, you just got up? Well I hope you had a good rest. Just need to put into chat the message I want to pin up to the top. There we go, pin that to the top of chat. There we go. You had a good rest, Dobledore, that's good. Definitely good to get some good sleep when you can. And glad to hear that you're going good as well, Ogorki. That's good. This will be a short stream. In yesterday's stream we started the playthrough and we actually unlocked the thought of Cop of the Apocalypse. And it's now at 34% completion for the sort of like... what's the word they used? I can't remember now. If it was... I can't remember the word now. But anyway, we have 4 hours and 32 minutes of real time before the research in this Cop of the Apocalypse thought is actually completed. In terms of the story, we're definitely still very early on. And I haven't even used any of my skill points yet. And we're still in day 1 of the game, which is Monday. We can't access the other side of the city until it becomes Wednesday. And at the very earliest, 7:15 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So there's still a few things that we need to do. There's different ways you can make time pass as well. But it's also a good opportunity to explore more of the game world, talk to more people, and all that kind of stuff too. So that's what we'll basically just do in this stream. We'll just go around and talk to more characters and all that kind of stuff.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Well, this is the most pessimistic choice to actually choose, which is not really. But I also want to progress things in talking with this character, so I'm going to choose either of these two because it's sort of like, you know, playing the character that they're not really excited about stuff. So the excitement factor is 0. But yeah, all these responses, I should say, I can pretty much choose. But if I choose not really, then that locks me out of... Well, it doesn't lock me out fully, but it'd be pointless because I actually want to do talk to this character and then the other characters as well.
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. School? Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity.
The gale wind blows in from the coast, a wind of needles. It wraps itself around a building of brick and mortar. Somewhere, a clamor rings through the honeycomb of classrooms. She sways slowly, side to side, her wide eyes fixed at you standing there, silently, like a weirdo.
These options, this second one, school is stupid, you're lucky to not be there. That wouldn't necessarily be pessimistic, but it's the choice I want to choose.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
And Dumbledore, school is stupid. Yes. I definitely couldn't wait till my schooling was actually finished. I mean, obviously you can go to colleges and you can go to, other courses and all that kind of stuff, but in terms of like the 12 years that I went to school, that was enough. Where I was like, no, you have to go to school. Well, technically up until year 10, you have to go to school. But in year 10, you can decide if you want to leave or not. But I kept on going. Dumbledore, you're glad your schooling is finished? Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff too that, and this isn't true about every single thing, and not for every single person, but there are some things that it just seems you don't learn in school that you should learn, that you don't actually learn until you're out of school and you're having to actually deal with it. And unless you can get help from someone who's already dealt with it too and they know what to do, it can be a bit daunting where it's like, what do I do here, So I feel like it can be stupid in that sense where they don't necessarily teach you a lot of stuff that is going to be handy to know as well. You went to a 2-year college. Oh, that's fair too as well, Dumbledore. Yeah, that's definitely a big chunk of time as well.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
All right, there goes that account. The account is called Subservient Curd. Well, I'm going to rename it Subservient Cunt. All right, time to actually make sure that I add the messages that they put in to the banned terms. It's cool that you can actually put like entire sentences in. There's not just each individual word that you have to put in individually. Also put in the different variations. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to choose the second choice because a pessimist saying, good to hear that it's going well, it doesn't really fit that well. So out of the two, I'm going to choose this one.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
In the first stream of this playthrough, the character that we spoke to, who is actually the chief of the precinct that the main character comes from, referred to as the main character as Dick Mullen, the detective. I'm going to choose this one because this is pretty pessimistic. Wow, look at that guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen.
Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real.
That's right, a real failure, overshadowed by a fake man. That's harsh. I don't really want to deal with this. It's too much. I'm going to choose this.
Cheer up, sir. No need to compare yourself to a fictional character. Maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. Like in the books. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Hey, Spectrum. Going well, thank you. Things are going good. How about yourself? Okay, so we've got a couple of choices here that could be pessimistic. But I'm going to go with this one. What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? Because that's pretty pessimistic scenario, I guess.
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower. The girl is at a loss for words.
Okay, I might actually read these ones out. Yeah, and it drags on for years and years with no resolution in sight. Each of you filling with resentment and bitterness for having ruined each other's lives.
She shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and uncomfortable.
Spectrum, not too terrible. Well, that's good that it's not as terrible as it could be, but hopefully it gets better than it is.
Stop. There's no need for this. It's in your power to change the subject.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you.
Each of you tearing at the other's innards, leaving a gaping emptiness, a vacuum heart that still hurts ceaselessly. One, I don't need help. I need a real book that tells it how it is, not this drivel. Why can't you help me? I'm beyond help, right? I mean, this is pretty pessimistic.
Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still little. I can't...
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself?
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, Those kinds of people, there's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're going to go for this. Composure, challenging 12. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. Composure is at 3, an even 42% chance, a +1 afraid of the curse.
You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
It's okay, sir.
You disappointed a small child. Well done, champ.
So I just want to talk about the health system basically in this game for those who haven't played it before. So if you look on the bottom left-hand corner, you see the left directional pad icon, and that's actually like health, whereas the one on the right is actually morale. And you can actually get your morale back up, same with your health. I think every time the character goes to sleep, it refills itself. But if you need to really, really, like let's say you've only got 1 bar of health left, then you may want to actually use a healing item so that you don't accidentally or don't continue on and then it goes wrong. Gift books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Heimdall. Now, we're going to hear this name a lot in this part because I'm going to be exploring all the books related to Heimdall. The man from Heimdall Man, or something like that. Heimdall. Yeah. The Heimdall Man from Heimdall.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
I mean, number 1 isn't pessimistic, so we go with 2.
At last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
I'm surprised that the combat game book doesn't actually have Heimdall or Heimdall Man in the title.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Are you actually friends, or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Well, the first choice is definitely really pessimistic. Look at me, who'd want to have children with me? So we're going to go with that one.
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel notes, a Fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. Nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Another boring book, just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
You know, there's something about certain periods in history, especially when you think about the kinds of technology that was actually around and what level the tech was at certain points before it got to a certain level of advancement that we now just take either for granted because it's happened so long ago that it's still, you know, considered to be very old now, or whether it's something that just happened 5 years ago that is considered to be not as technologically advanced now and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm really getting at with what I'm saying here is that there's certain times in history where there was certain levels of technology that allowed you a certain freedom, and it allowed you to experience things in a certain set of variables that, for example, not having the ability to have like a mobile phone or a laptop to actually go online and, you know, find entertainment that way. But back to time periods when you just had books or you had other things like you had, board games and all that kind of stuff. But putting yourself into that situation of thinking, like, imagine being stuck in a time period where your forms of entertainment are limited compared to what you know because you've experienced so many advanced things. And sometimes I get the feeling of, wouldn't it be just cool to, and I wouldn't want this to be permanent, but wouldn't it be cool just to kind of emulate that kind of thing? Like, outside it's nighttime, it might be raining, so you can hear the rain coming through. You don't have distractions, you don't have people playing music, you don't have whatever happening. It's just the sound of the rain hitting the roof. You've only got like a little lamp on, and you've got like a very comfortable chair, and you've got your favorite book. And so what you do is you settle into your chair and you get your favorite book and you just immerse yourself in the book. And the atmosphere around you is very simple. It's not very noisy. It's pretty quiet, except for the rain that's just hitting the roof. Sometimes I feel like experiencing that. Which, I mean, I could if I wanted to, but it's just too difficult sometimes to do that because there's so many other things that I want to actually do, like go on the internet and watch a YouTube video, or when I'm streaming on Twitch, things like that. But these are the kinds of things that when I see them in a video game or a movie, it really makes me think about that thing. Like recently in Tomb Raider Chronicles, for example, there's the scene where it's got Winston, it's got Charles Kane, and then it's got the father, the priest, and they're all sort of like sitting, and it's raining outside, and they've just got like candlelight, and they're just sitting around and they're talking. It just creates a certain feeling and atmosphere as well that can be difficult to capture nowadays because there's so many distractions that could come about. But in games like this too, where we have this bookstore, like just this feeling of being in like an old type of building with all these books and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really big into reading like I was when I was a kid and growing up. I don't mind reading, but it's not something that I seek out. I'd rather sit down and watch a YouTube video than read a book for an hour. Like I could probably finish a book in, a few hours if I wanted to, but I just don't feel like that. But sometimes I get that feeling of, wouldn't it be cool just to actually emulate that kind of thing where it's like you don't have all the distractions, you just have the book that you want to read, the comfortable chair, just the lamp on, everything else is dark, and just the sound of the rain hitting the outside.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
I don't know how many streams in a row I've been able to actually take the word in a game being used, ancient and something, and then putting my command in chat where it's like ancient, in this case Seraïs, from the Old Kingdom.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh, no.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pearl.
Okay then, I guess that's one way to pass the time.
Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab. It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pearl. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pearl and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pearl, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. I don't know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pearl territory sounds sort of dangerous. Maybe you shouldn't walk in it naked. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
One or two. Certainly don't need that. Probably need that. Well, this is too positive. This is really pessimistic in comparison, so we'll choose two.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme. Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol, with a radius of 80 kilometers, still the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandoux, on Archipelagos, Croyan-Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivershell East. Houdon, it's somewhere to live, not bad. Then there's Jamrock, it's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg, it's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City, it's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait, there it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Rivershell Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world, you're still alive. It's not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there. The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power. A very influential historical figure, but surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Hey Cody, good afternoon to you. How's things going, dude?
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
That's awesome, Cody. Glad to hear that you're going great. As for me, I'm doing well. I've had a good weekend.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, A particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
Thanks, Cody. Cheers, dude. Doing my second playthrough of this game as well. Been looking forward to doing another playthrough. The first was back in 2023. I wanted to do one last year, but just couldn't fit it in. So this year I wanted to fix that.
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
I guess that's one way to have some enjoyment in your life. Morphine into one eyeball and cocaine in the other.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
A quaint picture book brochure, very colourful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
You mean these things don't just happen in like a short period of time with a montage?
Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
Best thing that I imagine people who are like, therapists or medics or, any sort of like, law enforcement or military, these situations that have to be dealt with and dealing with people who are going through very intense emotional and sometimes physical, duress, and how that can also affect the person who is there to actually help as well, where it's not just the person who is in immediate need of assistance that is experiencing something, but over time and the more that the person endures and experiences these things, what toll it actually takes on them as well.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf? You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
That's when you know they've run out of ideas for a series. When it's like, we now must make the protagonist who's been good all along into a villain just because we can't think of anything else to do. Hey there, now, bro. Welcome on in. Q-Note did it. Q-Note. Yeah, he was the culprit all along. Everything that goes wrong, it's Q-No's fault.
Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here...
Gosh, why?
Alright, there's a bit of dialogue that they didn't say, that was missed. You see Chester here. Chester faked his own death once. And then the civilian was like, gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Crime fiction. These books further what's not a single mention of all the shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
I'm going to try for this. Reaction speed 2, even 42%. Reaction speed medium 10. Who is Dick Mullen?
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
Oh yeah, nah bro, that part in the game. Yeah. Yeah, that was just Kuno being him and being a troll, and then his sister being, obnoxious as well. And saying something that wasn't true. Hey there, Sona. Welcome on in. How's it going? A strange wind indeed. Absolutely, it must have been the wind. How's it going, Sona?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
All major theme parks have delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked.
Yeah. But Bayan, if the pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists. Thank you for redeeming those, Dr. Darling, from the very first Jurassic Park. I feel like that's a series where they probably should have only just done one movie. How's it going? So you're doing well, unless you step on a pointy rock while... Well, hopefully you don't. Fingers crossed you don't. Glad to hear that you're doing well.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? And what else can I do for you? Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
Oh, while you wear your toe shoes. Oh, yeah. We'll definitely hope you don't step on something pointy. Rock or otherwise as well. Dr. Darling has errands to run in the morning, so late stream start worked for you. Oh, nice, dude. That's cool. Yeah, it'll only be a short stream, though. But I want to try, because I think Lucinda's going to be streaming at about 1 a.m. my time. So I want to at least try and stream until about then. And it's currently 11:34 p.m., so still a bit to go.
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
And Batman appears in chat. Hey there, Arctic. Rod Lee, oh baby. Welcome on in. For you, it is good to see in chat, Arctic Lee. How's things going?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
The power of the books compels you. The power of the books compels you. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting from this. Paraphrasing the quote from The Exorcist.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
But we are para-utilitarians. We should be able to open that up. I mean, we might not be able to control what there is behind there, but I mean, we could be doing things that are worse, like slipping on an orange peel.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Dr. Darling, control. He said the thing. Absolutely.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Arctic, you good, thank you. How about you? Yes, that is correct. Batman is in the house. I mean, cave. Okay, bye. But Batman also has a house as well that he can stay at when he can't get to the Batcave. Especially if he's really busting to go to the toilet and he can't wait till he gets to the Batcave. At least he's got a house that's on the way there that he can stop in. Glad to hear that you're doing good, Arctic. That's excellent, dude. As for me, I'm doing really good. Had a good weekend. It's good to chill with some more Disco Elysium. Arctic, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, hi.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. No! Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
It's the curse. Beware of the curse, as Benny would say in The Mummy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
Cacodemons. Quick, get Doom Guy / Doom Slayer on the job. He'll rip and tear until it's done.
There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Get out!
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Doc Darling, yes, but is he afraid of cats like in the movie? That's a good question, actually. Not too sure.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
Cody. Hey, O'Connell. Looks like I have all the horses. Hey, Benny. Looks like I'm on the... Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Sorry, Cody. I'm getting confused with the movie quote there. But it is a funny moment as well, you know, when he's like, you know, he's got all the horses. And then Rick's like, you know, yeah, but I'm on the right side of the river.
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Drama 1, even 42%, plus one. You're the master of psychic arts. Let's have a try.
Time to fire up the old lie machine.
No.
The lieutenant looks at you, waiting to see where this is going. You've got this. Just go with it. This is elegant. Stop being such a fussy prude. You can't convince her without lies. The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Hello again, sir.
Ah, this guy's awake now. Oh no, it's a different guy. It's turned up.
Hello again, sweetie.
It's all about money, you know. You gotta spend money to make money. Money is what really matters. They say money can't buy you happiness. That just means you don't have enough money. You have to invest your money wisely. You can buy stocks with money, and then use those stocks to make even more money. That way you'll have enough when you grow too old to make new money. Real estate is the graveyard where tired old money goes to rest. Money is what literally makes the world turn. The laws of money are just like the laws of nature. Unpaid labor doesn't net you any money. There is no such thing as free money. Money is all about numbers. Money is actually all about trust. It's all about money, you know. You gotta spend money to make money. Okay, so these doors to the kitchen are now actually open. Yeah, Arctic, money, yo baby. Money, money, money. As a wise man once said, we need money. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Tomato, tomato, tomato.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation. If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Arctic, wait, you can't be Batman. You are poor. No, your superpower is not there. What?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek. It must be his name. Goranci. Goranci Kubek. Sounds representative. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Arctic, this game looks good. Yeah, I really like the art style of it. I really like the way that they've designed the look of the characters and all that kind of stuff as well. Some great music. I really like the music in this game too.
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. What do you want to know? Good.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
The fuck about it? Your test. Get lost! Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno doesn't fucking care. Care. Kuno.
couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage. Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Suit yourself. Just drop by on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock work again.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Alright, so we have some new missions that have popped up. Explore the Whirling's secret passages. There are strange doors in the Whirling. No one knows where they lead. Find a way in and see what's hidden there, in the hostel cafeteria's forgotten corners. Find a way into the secret passage, and close the waterlock on Wednesday. To get to the coast, you need to use the panel to close the waterlock. It's been blocked, pending repairs, which should be done by Wednesday morning. This will open up a new area in Martinez.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Alright, so we're going to go forward and open up a new area of the game world that we currently can access that I haven't actually gone to yet in this playthrough. Closed for winter. Please use main entrance. A glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Oh no, they're much hunkier than you. You shouldn't feel threatened by handsome men, don't be silly. Jump jams, a popular... Thank you for putting that text for welcome over the thing I tried to read. Urgh.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so. Apples? Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick apples. Fine.
He's given you the...
Alright, just looking at the cop of the Apocalypse Thought, we now are at 60%. We have 2 hours and 46 minutes remaining before it's completed. Frit, with 3 T's. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
A melancholy pop song plays on the radio. It's a song called Sad by the band Ness.
You see several packaged raincoats. fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising. No, sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Duramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain, the great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
Sure. If you want something, I can get it for you. Just let me know and pay and stuff. But I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Dr. Darling, you think the theme is alcohol? Alcohol.
Know this, you will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
The pale aged vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong. You know.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Let's concentrate on what's important here.
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Nosafed and Magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Be right back. bag. So this music that's going to play when we get closer to these picketers is one of my favorite pieces of music. The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. A foreign car kept in good condition.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Dr. Darling, hi Arnie, do you know when Rod is coming back? My old theory was confirmed. It's Arnold streaming with a Rod impression. But maybe, Dr. Darling, you're in the universe where it's not the case that Arnold is streaming with a Rod impression. Maybe you're in the universe where it's Rod streaming with an Arnold impression. Hello, Sheila. It's going good, thanks, dude. How's things with you? I hope you're having a good one.
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
That's great, Sheila. Glad to hear that you're doing good. A bold slogan, Humanox, covers the truck. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. A white tank top. +1 physical instrument. Work it. Tank top. Gym vest. Reeking of sweat. This sleeveless shirt is the best choice if you're not afraid to show off your masculine upper body and that hairy chest.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your... No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia, not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is, drapes it all over his machine.
He was acting tough before. This probably scared him a bit. Who knows when it will come in handy? A slightly scared, racist lorryman.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge. When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss? I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
It says GRIH.
Scab?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
Yeah, I'm a scab, poor and downtrodden, wave your fist, right to work. Well, this is pretty pessimistic.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Sheila, everybody loses, but according to Marcos, everybody benefits, especially you. Yeah, that's true. Everybody does benefit. Well, ideally.
Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with the RCM. Imagine, You cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife? You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself. Aye, walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
But what if you actually, like, shimmy your way unseen and then shimmy all your way on the railing to the lever and then press it or pull it?
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview, or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Sure. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Well, I'm definitely not going to choose. It's actually very fun and easy. Because that's a positive way of thinking. You're right, it's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure I'll never get it solved. Whisper, I have no idea what I'm doing. 4, maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it? Well, I'm going to go with 2, because that's the most pessimistic. Arctic, nah, Rod, now you're talking about the style to do it in AC. This is a different game. That's right, Arctic. Can't carry over mechanics from a completely different series and franchise and genre and just, activate them in this. It's like, damn it. But imagine if there was, like, some kind of video game mechanic that you could literally export from one game to another. Although, I guess in some ways mods could be like that, but not exactly. I'm sort of talking like games that aren't necessarily connected in any other way except for the fact that you can actually take one game's mechanics and then just export them into like another game's, and then just play with that to add different, outcomes and all that kind of stuff. Like those games where you have to be stealthy, but imagine if you bring in the game mechanic where you can take less damage and you just Rambo it and just go through. Or the other way around too as well, like a Call of Duty game with stealth in it. I mean, I haven't played Modern Warfare 1, 2 and 3 original for years, so I can't remember if those games had any stealth parts in them, let alone any other games in the series aside from those, because I never played the other ones, with the exception of Call of Duty 3, but I'd already played Modern Warfare 4, well, I mean, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare back in the day first, and then I played 3 for a little bit, but couldn't get into it, so I abandoned it. Arctic, if you watch a Superman movie, it does not mean you're Superman. You're still Batman after all. That's true. Can't just watch a movie and then automatically take on the skills.
Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me.
body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
This fourth option, my body is unimportant, I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbour. Now, that can also be considered not pessimistic, but simply the fact that we're playing as a police officer and he's working on a case, and so the discussion about his body is unimportant, it's irrelevant. So you could see it in that lens as well. This one here, my body does not betray my degeneracy. And then what do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy? And then puff out your chest, still say nothing. But puffing out the chest is a action that could be seen as someone doing it for positive reasons, being like wanting to show that they're strong, for example. So I don't know about this one. Even though the context for 4 isn't necessarily about being pessimistic, I'm still going to choose this one.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
Al Ghul. But Al Ghul is dead.
Lucinda, thank you so very much for the 42 months in a row. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Good morning to you as well. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good morning. Hope your weekend is going well. 43 months in a row, sorry. 43 months.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
Show him the ham has still got it. Listen, the morning has gone well. Your daylight saving time kicked over last night, so you are now 1 hour closer, which means you missed the start of the late stream as you were already out on your errands. We have now returned. It's crazy with time differences and changes, you know. I was having a look at when it changes here, and it's April, so it's still a couple of months here where it's going to be, 1 hour closer. So that's really cool. Glad to hear that your morning has gone well. Hey there, Max. Welcome. How's things? Hope you're having a good weekend.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Listen, the one more month. It's April 6th for Australia, although not sure where in all of Australia. I mean, it's not going to take long to come along either. Like, it's just crazy. Even March feels like it's going so fast.
You gave the world eugenics. electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Push the button. A notice: in case of a strike, press button behind guard. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Aww. Just move it with your mind. That's really good, Max. Glad to hear that, dude. As for me, things have been going well. It's been crazy how quickly this year is going already. Like, I can't believe how fast the first 2 months went by. It seems not long ago that I was actually thinking about all the kinds of, playthroughs I'd like to do for this year and all the streams, and getting to March already as well. I mean, I've done quite a few games, because I've been keeping track this year of how many playthroughs I've actually done, so I'm going to keep on updating that as we go through. But so far this year I've done 14 playthroughs of different games. So I've done Alan Wake, I've done Alan Wake's American Nightmare, Alan Wake 2, Control, Outlast, Mass Effect 3, Tomb Raider Remastered 1, 2 and 3, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Tomb Raider The Last Revelation Remastered, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Dark Pictures Man of Medan, and Tomb Raider Chronicles Remastered. So getting through quite a few, but I still have heaps to go. So we're almost at the 15th game this year, / playthrough as well. So there's still a lot to come. But I'm looking forward to doing my playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima to 100%. I'm going to be playing with Kurosawa mode 2. And that makes the graphics black and white, which will also affect certain things like what color the enemy's attack has above it, which indicates, what kind of attack they're doing. So without that, I'm going to have to start to pay attention to the actual animations. But I'm also going to be playing with Japanese language selected for that. And I also want to time it so that I can be doing my Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough with Ghost of Tsushima as well on the channel in the schedule at the same time. So I'm looking forward to doing Red Dead 2 as a low honor playthrough, like across the board, low honor. I've never actually done that before in a playthrough, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm even going to be playing John Marston in the epilogue as low honor, which I've never done either, because, well, I have done a lot of low honor actions in those games as part of whatever playthrough I've been doing, especially like 100%, because to do 100% you do need to do things like rob people, which obviously reduces your honor level and all that kind of stuff. But outside of that, I haven't done a dedicated low honor playthrough as yet, so I'm very much looking forward to playing that too. Hey Anemone, how's it going today? Max, yeah, this year is flying. It really is, like, holy shit. Soon it'll be in the middle of the month, the middle of the year, sorry, and then we'll be thinking about, the end of the year stuff. So in the game, the time has reached 4:17 p.m. Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. is when we'll be able to access the other side of the city in this game.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
And I'm pretty okay. The weather is now 13 degrees Celsius plus degrees outside. And you? Oh, so it's gotten to that point? I see. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been going well. Had a good weekend today. Had a good weekend today. Yeah, Rod, that makes sense. I've had a good weekend, I should say.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Yeah, Lemon. And I mean, it is 12:41 a.m. on Monday already, so my weekend has well and truly finished.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day? Sure, officer. They are the good guys around here. What do you need? No, thank you. For being consummate professionals, you'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Vigilance officer? What can this old carabinier do for you? Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule. Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. You haven't lived as long as I have, son. With age, a man learns certain things about real power, or else ends up a spineless socialist rat, like Gaston here.
And the worst part of that, officer, is having to spend your days playing pétanque with an angry snake.
The carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Right.
Hello again, sweetie.
Can I help you?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Hey, what's that noise down there?
There must be another way into the building.
It's been a week and now they show up?
a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing.
That could be like some kind of like movie where the main character has until daylight savings to do something before some catastrophe happens or something. Listen, the fuck is a Sunday friend? Am I muted? Not that I know of. Unless testing. Testing. Ah, I know what happened. I accidentally pressed the switch on my headset cable to actually mute the microphone. Because I was looking down at my controller and the light for muting wasn't actually on. And I was like, oh, hopefully nothing's gone wrong with the controller or something. But then I looked down at the switch on my headphone cable and it had been muted. Oliver, for you, daylight savings time comes on the 30th of March. Now imagine if there was a movie where there was some catastrophe that the main character had to prevent, and they had until daylight savings ticked over, or before then. Listen, the fuck is a Sunday friend? Well, in this guy's case, it's a FWB, a friend with benefits situation. Oliver, yeah, you're always wondering. That's all good. Oliver, now we hear you. You were talking to ghosts this whole time. I see dead people. Yeah, Lucinda. I think from memory, that's what he's referring to.
Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This is a red check. So suggestion for a high 72%, but I'm going to leave that for now.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case.
Oliver, if you ask me how you are doing, then your answer is you're visiting your family this weekend, getting to see and play with your nephew. Oh, very nice, Oliver. That's cool. That's awesome. Great to hear that. So in that case, when... Because let me see. Did I respond to you, Lucinda, about the orange hat? Dr. Patches, thank you for leaving the lurk. Sorry, I might have said that to you when I had the mic muted. But I hope things are going well. Thank you for the lurk. Take whatever trophies you desire, but their souls are mine. Hey, Mr. Goatee. Thanks for redeeming that. What's that from? How's it going? Listen, no, you did not get that. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah. No, the orange bum hat. And I joked that the holes that were in it could have been made from farting too hard. Oliver, no, didn't hear you since you got here. Oh, sorry, dude. Mr. Gote Shang Tsung said it. Oh, nice. Yeah. What was it like? From one of the games, or one of the movies, or one of the shows, or the animated series, or... Oh, from the 2021 movie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still haven't seen that one.
There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep? Pig's come to take me out, trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever. Trying to sneak up on me again, trying to snuff me out. Get away, pig.
Stealth failed. Doo-doo. Mr. Gote, you would do more Shao Kahn lines, but he wasn't much of a talker. No, that's true as well. He was a great motivational speaker, though. He's like, you suck. You weak, pathetic fool. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, roundabout north. Cape Side Apartments. Inside, the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it.
Up here, Piggo.
There's a girl out there. Did she spill the paint?
Yeah, you better keep walking. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
That sounds very apocalyptic. Oliver, sheesh girl, chill. Exactly, QNOS is the name that she has. It's so funny because you got QNO and then QNOS. It's like, yep.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Oh, come on, Kim. Get into the apocalyptic... Come on, Kim. Get into the apocalyptic spirit.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. I never broke the law. I am the law. Let's start with your blood type and go from there. Yeah, when you were last tested. Just answer some questions, okay? Cindy, Lucinda, when you were a kid, your nickname was Cindy. Oh, was it Lucinda? It was Cindy? So was it one of those situations where someone gave you the nickname? Or was it something where you came up with it yourself? Because it's funny when nicknames are created. Mr. Gote, grenade active, ready. You love Dread's gun. Oh yeah, dude. The voice activation of it. It's cool too that if someone who the lawgiver isn't actually genetically, connected to, tries to actually use it. I like how they, well, I don't know about the original source material, what happens to someone, but doesn't their hand get blown off or something? Oliver, apocalyptic. Listen, you went by Cindy all the time up until you got to working age, then you started choosing to go by Lucinda. The only people who call you Cindy now are mostly just family and old friends. That's fair enough too as well. Yeah. It's just interesting too, like how nicknames are made, because sometimes it's because of some kind of trait, or it might be because of some kind of interest, where someone is like, oh, we're going to call you this. Mr. Gote, they get fried and shocked. Oh yeah, they get fried and shocked, yeah. Yeah, I thought their hand got blown off, but that's probably from something else. Dumbledore, some law. That's it. Yeah. Good old law.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
Lucinda, yeah, it was just a family name. Surprised it didn't go with Lucy. Most people assume it's Lucy for short, but you don't prefer it. Your brother IRL, his name is Ricky, so you don't particularly care for Lucy because of that, but it's not a big deal. Oh, yeah, exactly, But that's definitely totally fair, too. Like, there's just some, nicknames where it's just like, no. Don't want it. Mr. Gotet fires a neuroelectric energy pulse that scrambles the target's nervous system, causing them to faint. The pulse has no lasting side effects. It even has a heater seeker, aka hotshot mode. Heat seeker, aka hotshot mode. Cool. Targets a nervous system. That's interesting, it has no lasting side effects.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to us on. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono is here.
Graffiti-o. Makes me think of like a Harry Potter spell where it's like if you want to create graffiti instantly on something, just go graffiti-o.
We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah?
Mr. Goethe, you wouldn't mind one of those lawgivers, though. Oh, yeah. I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Hooliganism. Actually, I don't have an opinion. I lied. I mean, none of these are pessimistic. But if I had to choose one, it would probably be this top one. But I don't know. I'll just go with 3.
Lying is cool, I guess. I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock, knock.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here. Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
Oliver, damn, Cindy got no chill. Definitely not no chill at all. In fact, even if she was in like a really cold climate, she still wouldn't have any chill.
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? With the smoker? You already were there. Didn't work.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds inside.
Okay, so we're going to go for this. 4 authority, medium 10. Convince her that you're a real person. We have authority at level 5. We have a very high 97% chance. We also have +1 that Kim is there, and also another +1 that Kim confirmed you are officers.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever. Obviously, look at that vague yet threatening stuff spewing forth from your mouth.
I know my rights, and don't you marm me, boy.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
No, Kim. Don't you remember? Harry doesn't have his badge yet. It's still lost.
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Alright, so we do have some skill points, but I'm not yet ready to put any skill points into anything because there is a level of having to double check some stuff first related to this playthrough approach before even contemplating what to put skills into. But we've got 6 skill points so far. Okay, so there's the smoker on the balcony mission. You met a mysterious stranger smoking on the balcony of the apartment building north of Martinez. He knows something about the murder. Find out where he lives and question him again. Find a way inside the large apartment building in the north. So we've done that. Ask around for his apartment number. Hey there, Lone Star. Thank you so very much for leaving that lurk. I hope you're having a good one. Okay, so for the Cop of the Apocalypse thought, we're 80% through it. So we have 1 hour and 23 minutes left until we unlock the Cop of the Apocalypse Copo type for the playthrough, which is one of the goals and is what approach I'm going for. Oh, nice, Lone. You're just about to go to the gym? Excellent. Well, I really do hope that you have a good gym session. I hope that it's enjoyable and that you're able to, have a lot of fun with it as well. A note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Someone has torn down the wall.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Oh, you did, Oliver? You just got back from the gym? That's cool. I hope you had a good time. Lucinda, okay, Rod, it's about time for you to get your day started. I hope you have a great rest of your stream. Thank you so very much, Lucinda. I definitely will. I hope that you have a great start to your stream. Thank you so much for being here. Would like to highly recommend people check out Lucinda's channel if you haven't before. Lucinda is doing a playthrough of The Last of Us Part 1. Is also going to be doing a playthrough of The Last of Us Part 2. Once she's done the duology, she's going to be going back to her Resident Evil marathon, going to jump into Resident Evil 5, is also a big fan of the Dishonored series, so likes a lot of stealth game stuff. Also a big fan of other horror series like The Evil Within, as well as the Dead Island and Dying Light games as well. Some really cool raccoon-themed emotes. Some really good animated ones, like that height one, but you've also got a raccoon jam emote as well. Like that one. Then you have the wrecked one, which is another good one to use. Also, Lucinda loves looting stuff in games, so she's got a looting animated emote as well. So there's a sample of some of them, but has a whole lot more as well. That's all good for the shout out, Lucinda. No trouble at all. Glad that you liked my emotes. Absolutely. It's been really cool to see the ones that you have added over the time as well. And it's really cool that you had a theme that you were able to have as well, So really, really cool. I hope you have a great start to your stream of The Last of Us. You might have some Disco Elysium sort of like apocalypse cop raid happening. But thanks for being here and watching and chatting. Really appreciate that a lot. The plan. Tahiti? Yeah, Lucinda and Oliver. I thought I would have some emotes for Disco Elysium of Harry and Kim. That one of Harry just cracks me up so much.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
The graffitio says, a firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
Go ahead, then. What do you want to know, policeman? I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door, outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Oh, you'll find plenty of martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain, someone played a trick on you. Martinaise is a name for anyone who comes from Martinaise, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there.
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Apartment 8. Their mailbox is overflowing. The door number 9 is locked.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Postcard. Boogie Street 46. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street. -5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from canopy. Red blood flows onto the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people pass.
You hear someone walk.
Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Definitely not going to try this. Especially because we don't actually have the tool in hand.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
Alright, so now we have the tool equipped.
Number
Interfacing is now 2, even 42%. It'll probably fail, but I'm going to try anyway.
What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Even 58%. +1 now. Kim pointed out the shackle.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, Detective.
A flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography. Books of critical theory on the monstrosity of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
He's known as the father of scientific communism, also known as Mazovianism. His theories about economic history greatly influenced, some would even say sparked, the anti-centennial revolution. The white star, the photos on the wall, I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Sarah Marizian lounge jacket. Gives you +1 conceptualization, summer plans. A classic white summer jacket, loved both by the Sadomilesian Communist Party and the accompanying subtropical drug traffickers. It fits you well, regardless of your political ambitions. Okay, so we've got an update to the smoker on the balcony. We asked around for his apartment number. Locate the door 28 in the apartment building. Flip up glasses, the auditor. Gives you +1 logic, balancing the books. -1 authority. Filthy boho, probably a narcomaniac. These flip-up sunglasses were fashionable in the old, but have since lost their popularity. Their thin gold alloy wire frames are a reminder of drug-addled bohemian artists. These days the glasses are only favoured by organised crime accountants who desire to look cool. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers and old slippers. Apartment 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. The shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Alright, we have a flashlight. But it's not needed here. There are some spots though where you need the flashlight turned on to actually investigate an area fully. Actually, before we go out that way, just want to go back this way.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Investigate apartment 10 for the cleaning lady. The cleaning lady said the apartment should be empty, but there's definitely someone inside. Could it be counterculture people? Investigate and report back to the cleaning lady in the apartment building's hallway.
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. The symbol of what now? Never heard of it.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Excuse me? Of course not.
Scare them. Suspected of some big crime. There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
Oh, come on.
That was smart.
Okay, black monk strap shoes. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Affluent money maker man. These Per and Ingersoll shoes have no lacing, but a strap and a buckle. Due to their elegant and affluent design, they have been described as the most advanced dress shoe. So advanced, in fact, that walking through slush and mud does not leave a single trace on them. Looks like a fine mattress. A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
I'm gonna go with the third option. I fuck shit up too.
Ha! Sounds like you've spent too much time undercover in some rock band. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Pericanine.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Of course.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Number one, yes, some highly technological wizards are going to save this place. It'll be a visionary innovation utopia. 2, no one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. 3, lax women and sexual deviants. That's who will come. 4, I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow. Well, I mean, I'm trying to play this as a pessimistic apocalypse cop, so saying I'm sure everything will be fine is not very pessimistic. That's too optimistic as well. Hey there, Sprocket. Welcome. Lax women, you think you're more like hardworking women. It's funny, the LAX as well, because I think of the Los Angeles airport, but I also think of a short version of laxative. How's things going, Sprocket? I don't really know which one to actually choose in terms of, like, pessimistic elements. Well, I'm just going to go with this third one.
I know those types, yes. There have been some here, but they never make their rent, so they have to move out. I know their type.
She appreciates your effort to curb the deviantry and laxness.
Alright, so we have done the investigate the apartment 10 for the cleaning lady mission. The cleaning lady said the apartment should be empty, but there's definitely someone inside. Could it be counterculture people? Investigate and report back to the cleaning lady in the apartment building's hallway. We reported back to the cleaning lady, and it was just the real estate agent going through. Sprocket, not bad. Life is kind of even right now. Definitely better than the bad times. Well, that is good, Sprocket. Definitely. Hopefully it'll actually go into the really great, for you. It's definitely good to have things, in an even balance when you can. Yes, you can hope. Exactly. I'm going to be ending the stream very soon, but I want to finish off this whole thing with the character who is smoking first before ending the stream, though. But I'm going to do a stream of this for my Monday, so it'll be a longer stream to make up for this. Make up for this shorter one. Damn it, I missed that thing above his head. Oh no, here we go. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. This is the door to apartment number 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Oh, that's right. That was just a door that I tried to open, but we couldn't.
door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him.
Well. Save. Okay, so the next in-game day is still a fair way away from actually happening. However, this is where I'm going to call it a stream. So we'll go to the main menu. We're going to go and raid out to Lucinda, who's doing a playthrough of The Last of Us Part 1. Before I do that though, I just want to give some shout-outs. Thank you, Sprocket, for the GGs. That's all good for the stream, Schiller. No worries at all, dude. Would like to definitely recommend people check out Arctic Smash. He's doing a playthrough of Apex Legends. Crocodiles, who's doing a playthrough of A Plague Tale Innocence. He's going to be doing the sequel as well after finishing that. It's all part of a historical order run of multiple different games across different genres and series. He's doing them in which order they take place in. Mr. Gote is a streamer of games like Banishers, Ghosts, and New Eden. Shillerlock is doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed 2 as part of his Assassin's Creed marathon, and he's also doing playthroughs of games on his channel like Mafia 3. Definitely recommend checking out those streamers if you haven't before. And that's all good for the shout out, Schiller. Thank you everyone for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. So I will be doing a Monday stream, and so it'll be this game again. I don't know whether I'll stream something on Tuesday or not, because I might decide to do a completely different game to what I've got on the channel currently. We'll just wait and see. But for now, the next stream that you'll see from me will be Monday with Disco Elysium. I just want to thank everyone so much for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. And Mr. Gote, that's all good for the shout out as well, dude. Absolutely no worries at all. Thank you for the GGs as well. Here's a general raid message that people can feel free to copy and paste. I've also got one for subscribers that I'll put in chat as well.